the 26th of June, 2026. All of a sudden, we're being threatened with rain. There's no doubt in my mind it's going to rain today. So we're starting early, 9 o'clock. We're going to repeat a big pasture ground driving lesson today with Alpha and Beta with the English saddle on. And I'm putting a timer on my phone so that we don't exceed 30 minutes, because if we exceed 30 minutes, the last few minutes of the show don't get uploaded. But the alpacas were fine about coming here. They know what they're doing today. And I told them this morning there was going to be school today. I don't know if they understand it, but they certainly are being willing in every single way, much like a horse will be willing to learn. Remember that I was a horse trainer, a Morgan horse trainer, breeder for decades, and I never had a horse that refused to do it once they understood what it was. So we're going to put the English saddle on. He's coming. I don't think he's going to be cold today, even though he normally would have thought it was going to be close to 100 degrees. And we have Thor out here in his buggy. He came out this morning with me while I was doing carrots for the alpacas and the goats. And the goats were being so rambunctious, they wouldn't have meant to hurt Thor, but I think they could have accidentally hurt him, so I was being very careful with him heeling on his leash. We did okay, but I have to tell you that it's hard when you're 82 years old to handle a min pin on a leash, 2 goats and 2 alpacas that are enthusiastic about getting their carrots. Okay, the Alpha is doing just fine. He knows he's being tied. We're going to put the English saddle on today and make sure we can ground drive with it. But I did order another bareback pad. It's going to be a blue pad. Because normally when we go out with the 2 boys, we'll try to use the bareback pad on each of them. It should be here by next Friday when we will be planning a session. Or maybe the week after, because it's only being delivered by next Friday or sooner. Okay, here comes the saddle on his back. It's a little bit heavier than the bareback pad. It's got the cinch though. On my way out, I checked my propane tank and it's down quite a bit. I thought in June I wouldn't worry about getting propane again until maybe the fall, but based on this unanticipated weather change, I'm gonna have to order propane soon. Okay, well, Beta is just relaxing in the green grass. The goats are here having a blast. You see, they are rambunctious. They wouldn't mean to hurt Thor. I watched to see if they were going to maybe attack him. They weren't. They just were doing what kids do, only these are kid goats. And I had to be careful for Thor's sake that he wasn't going to get trampled. Let's see. Oh yeah, the English saddle has got a way for us to ground drive. Good. I had forgotten what we did months ago when all we had were the saddles and not the bareback pad. So we're going to go out in the big pasture, giving them more experience ground driving in large areas. we want to make this predictably safe for any community members who may want to come out with us on these beautiful trails in the ranchos. As much as you can, Tava, stay behind. And if you have to pull with the right rein, just shorten it, even if you have to stand there at his left hip. Let him feel the pressure on the right side of his head if you want him to go right. Looking good so far. He's getting a good grade. The pastures here are doing okay. We may want to mow those high grasses there that are left, but instead we might be bringing some of our sanctuary sheep here that are at my main 20-acre ranch nearby. We'll bring them here and let them eat down the weeds. Okay, Beta decided to come galloping out here. Alpha's doing very well. They just need practice. They need to know that it's not going to be scary. And they're willing, as long as they know what is the right answer. And the way they know what is the right answer is we remove the pressure that we're applying if they're giving us the wrong answer. I used that concept with horse training for decades. I used to watch RFD TV every day, and there were wonderful trainers that taught me how to train a horse. Okay, now let me just show you what's going on back here. The goats are being rambunctious. Do you see them butting each other's heads? That's what they were doing this morning when Thor was on a leash by my legs and feet. It was a little bit scary for both of us. Okay, let's go back and see how the alpacas are doing. Beta says, "I'm going with you, buddy," and he is. They want to be together. I don't blame them. Okay, it looks like the English saddle is going to work if we choose to do something that we'd rather have a saddle than a bareback pat. We have so many things we can do with these alpacas that would be fun if safe. If we can make sure we stay safe with community members, especially youngsters. And that's what we're aiming for. With donations. We are a 501c3, so we do rely on donations. Look how good Alpha's being. Look how good Thor's being. He loves to come out here. The goats aren't being rambunctious right now, but they could start any second. Alpha is over there by his water tub. And it's a white water tub on legs, so he can't step in it like he can with his black water tub back here that's right down on the ground. No rush. If Tavis wants to do something out there while he's there with Alpha on ground driving lines, oh, he's cleaning out the water tub. That's a good idea. But Alpha's being really good. The goats are here. They like to hang out here on the side of this side of the house. And most of the human beings that hang out with Sonia Sokolow, the urban alpaca girl, know that if they're hanging out here on my properties, there are likely to be animals nearby, whether they be goats, alpacas, min pins, or sheep, or anything else we decide would benefit and find happiness here at my rancho, 6-acre ranch. Okay, he's coming back. He's looking around, but he's not seemingly agitated. By the way, we do have a leak at that riser and at this riser, and we're going to be trying to work on that in the next few days. You have to come out here to actually see if something isn't functioning. You can't tell if you're at the house or at the sheds. You have to come out and investigate each and every riser periodically. Beta's following along, as you can see. I'm going to step aside here so that they can go into their gateway. And they'll know because we've done it before several times that we're going to change tack to the other alpaca. Look how good he's being. A+. Very good, Alpha. Very good. And I'm pretty sure Beta will come right in. And he's looking, he's saying, okay, what's next? And we're gonna close the gates. Do you want me to close this one?
Let's see if Beta will come in.
Yeah, we'll see. We don't want to close it. We want to give Beta a chance to come in, and he's thinking about it. They don't do a powerful amount of thinking, but they do think, not just react. That was excellent, Alpha. You got an A+. Make sure that I'm videoing so that you can see on YouTube in the Urban Alpaca Girl Show our progress in training Alpha and Beta to do things at our request. Okay, here comes Beta. Oh, is he going to give you a little bit of trouble? Let's see. Let's see. Maybe it's because I'm standing here. No, he's going in. He's not worried about me. Okay. Now I'm going to walk carefully over to where Thor is in his buggy. It's not muddy out here, but it's not flat. Not easy to see where you're walking. You're a good boy, Alpha. Very good alpaca boy. Now, let's see if Beta's gonna be as good. Is he gonna allow the halter to be placed on his head? Yeah, as soon as Tavis was able to touch him on the neck, where he knows that means he's gonna be tacked up, he stopped. They don't seem to mind learning, training. They love their life here, and they're not scared. They're just anxious to get back to hanging out, browsing and grazing. Okay, saddle pad. Thor's watching. Now, what's he gonna say about the saddle? It's heavier than the bareback pad, but it's got similar fittings. It's possible I may be accepting more alpacas into my sanctuary. The boys are so happy here, and I do have 6 acres here. And as you can see, irrigated, shelter, equipment. So as times get more and more difficult, which they seem to be getting, our economy is not good, and the Iranian war is not clearly ending, no matter what the news and the politicians say. Okay, through the holders, the ground driving lines. Okay, got it through. We're using only halters, no other equipment on the neck or on the head. Okay, so it's getting cooler and cooler. The rains are coming. While you're out there, can you aim for that riser over there and see if it's still leaking? It was leaking the other day. Alpha's coming to see what Thor is up to. Beta has his lead line on. He's, as you know, usually not as advanced in his training as Alpha is. And that's why we call him Beta. But quite frankly, in the years that he has lived here at my sanctuary, he has learned a lot, and he's a pleasure to work with. Good. He knows that he's supposed to be going in the direction that his trainer is asking him to take. He's a little bit concerned about what's out there. I don't blame him. Looks like he's checking out the sprinkler. And I do carry my phone with me in case of emergencies, and that's what you're hearing now. But I get several dozen spam calls all day. Good, now it looks like Tavis is gonna aim for the water tub area again, where there's a gate out to the driveway, the parking area of the house. I have 5 gates out to the trails here. So it's going to be easy for us to access the trails as long as we trust our livestock that are going with us. Alpha's running to the water tub area to be with his buddy Beta. They're not afraid to work with us. They don't mind working with us. A couple of years ago when we first started training, though, when we had to come out here to the big pasture to get them, it took a small group of people with arm extensions in their hands to convince the Alpaca boys to come to our back area where we were going to train with them. But those days have changed. They know what they're supposed to be doing, and they're willing to do it. As long as they're not afraid. Thor is watching. He loves coming out here. Goat boys are over there under the tree. So we can go to our railroad tie perimeter fencing here anywhere, and we'll be able to exit into the Rancho's trails or my driveway, which has a gate out to the Rancho's trails. We'll be doing that. Please monitor our progress on the Urban Alpaca Girl Show, because we'll keep trying to upload for you so you can see how Alpha and Beta are being trained to be reliable livestock out onto the trails. And here come the goats. I'm not quite sure yet how I'm going to handle the goats because I don't want them out on the Rancho's trails, and yet they love to be with us. We're going to try to start training them, but I don't have the helpers right now to do it. Can they be on a leash? Probably so. Here comes Alpha at a gallop. He wants to be with us. He wants to be with his buddy Beta. And Beta, he got an A. Did he do anything that you didn't expect him to do, Tavis?
He started to lay down.
He tried to lay down?
Alpha was trying to bite him.
Alpha was trying to bite him. Okay. They're kids in some respects. But nothing serious that we could see from here. Beta gets an A. Alpha gets an A+. We're untacking now. If you look back on my Urban Alpaca Girl shows months ago, you'll see that this process of tacking and untacking was much more difficult. But they have learned, and they're willing. And Alpha's checking out Thor again. And we're okay, we beat the rain.
I think your alarm's going off.
What's up?
Your phone, the alarm. The alarm on your phone.
Oh, the alarm went
Yeah,
off? Okay, we better stop the show now because it's going to be difficult to upload these last few minutes. Goodbye for now. Sonia Sokolow. SoniaSokolow@gmail.com.